Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay.
Yes.
Hey there, Smarky family. We didn't prepare that beforehand, but I'm Liam Landry with the Small Wrestling Alliance. You're Mr. NXT, Mr. New Japan, Mr. anything outside of the main roster WWE. And with me tonight, with me today, I have.
Hello, everybody. You know me. Okay, no, you don't, but you know who I am. I am your Smart Wrestling Alliance heavyweight champion, Issa J.
Yeah, and for this video right now, as you could probably guess from the title, throwing it up there if you've seen it, we're doing our review of NXT TakeOver Phoenix and seeing if it was worth it or not.
And it's a live review, and we're not going to spoil anything like we usually do for these videos for NXT. So we'll just jump right into it. How did the show start off?
Yeah, well, did you pull up the card? Do you have the card with you? Or?
Yeah, it started off with the tag teams.
Yes. Yeah. But overall, you pulled up the card?
No, I just have it on
Okay,
memory.
okay, cool.
We're so bloody prepared, you guys.
Yes, well, anyways, it started off with the tag team match for the tag team titles. You had the War Raiders versus Undisputed Champion, Undisputed Era, who are the champions.
And they are represented today by Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong.
Yeah, it kind of seems like they're always going to be the guys doing the tag team stuff. There was a few weeks ago, Adam Cole came out and was saying like the Undisputed Era is going to be draped in gold. Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, they have their titles right now, but Bobby Fish and I are going to get our titles. So it's making it kind of sound like they're not going to switch around a lot of the guys. It's just going to be them. Bobby Fish did come out with them and kind of escorted them to the ring. Didn't go in there and pose with them, but they go out to the ring. Anyways, what do you think of this match?
When I watched it to begin with, I honestly did not think anything was going to top it for me because it was great tag team action. Seeing Rowe and what's the other one's name?
I don't know.
Well, Hanson.
Hanson, that's
seeing, Hanson's the long hair, right? I think.
Yeah, the guy with hair.
Seeing.
It's easy to remember because there's the Hanson band.
Gotcha.
It's like if all three of the Hanson boys fused together to form one wrestler.
And then dyed their hair brown. I see. I gotcha.
And became Vikings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to see Roderick Strong be able to pick up Rowe and give him not one but like 3 backbreakers, that was impressive. Just go the back and forth throughout the entire match. The fast pace, the intensity. These guys are bloody great, and just like every single time after we watch an Undisputed Era match, we don't even smoke, and we're just like, wow, I need a cigarette after that. That wore me out. It was really good. It was a lot of fun. And up until the beginning, I honestly did not think it could be topped for me, but I guess I could have been wrong. We'll see. What did you think about the match?
I thought it was a really good match. You had a lot of back and forth, but you also had, cutting off the War Raiders. You had some isolations going to set up the hot tag. You had great athleticism from Hanson, especially the somersault, springboard. Well, not springboard, but somersault back elbows. During that was really good.
That was really cool.
And it was probably the best.
That got the crowd really going. Every time Hanson did anything super athletic, the crowd just was in awe, which was so cool.
I do believe he calls that move the bop. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and he also had the best cartwheel dodge you ever had. Because a lot of times, I feel when he does a cartwheel dodge, it's not necessary for him to actually do the cartwheel. But when it came to dodging the high-low, it actually seemed like a very logical thing to do the cartwheel on there. So it's not only just a great athletic move, but it was also very sensible in there. And other times it's fine too, because you can go off as like mocking someone or showing off. this one was, like the best time he's ever used that dodge. And overall, and Rowe had some great feats of strength. The time when he power slammed and power bombed on the Speed Era. Yeah, so it's all really good stuff all around. Roger Strong looked good in it with his backbreakers and everything. Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly being Kyle O'Reilly and all.
With his knees too. A lot of good stuff here. And we're not even doing this match justice. So if you haven't seen it yet, what are you waiting for? Go watch this awesome pay-per-view.
The only part was I think that the Viking section in the beginning lasted a little long.
It lasted way too long.
Yeah.
I felt like there was a miscommunication, and it was just very awkward seeing them stand there and just seeing all the cuts. And it felt like for about a couple minutes, and I was like, is anyone coming out, or are they gonna do a whole? Oh, they got jumped. No, here they are.
Is the Undertaker a Viking now?
But yeah, once the match got going, it got going, and it didn't stop until the finish.
Because you hear Triple H, like, someone asked them, it's like, why use the Vikings? And it says, like, if we had Vikings available, it only makes sense to use Vikings.
So was it worth it, good sir?
Yes, it was definitely worth it.
100% worth it. What's the next match?
The next match, well, you're the one who has it in your head.
You are correct. It is Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno.
It's the King of Bros.
Oh no.
Versus the King of losing to people on NXT.
Yep, he does that quite a bit.
Yeah. Except if it's against Keith Lee, apparently. But yeah,
he hasn't faced Keith Lee in a TakeOver yet, so we'll see. We'll see.
But anyways, yeah, that Cassius Ohno is really around as a teacher and a wrestler, so he's there to have the gatekeeping feuds. And with this, I thought the match didn't really have a lot of heat behind it because it is a concept of Cassius Ohno already lost to him very decisively twice. Maybe one is very close, but the first one was very decisively. It was done after one shot. I think maybe if you didn't have that, especially the one on the TakeOver, if you didn't have that on TakeOver, maybe it would make this team a little more special and maybe have a more cheap victory from Cassius. I know he had the attacking Matt Riddle, but it was just a very one-sided feud in the ring. And that took some heat from it, but it was an overall a very good match. It really showed off the great selling ability from Matt Riddle. I liked one time when he kind of like got an elbow drop on like the back of his neck. I think he was face down, and he kind of like shook, like his body convulsed.
I saw that. That was really good. That was a good little touch. And I liked how in the video package after Cassius just beats him down, it kind of looks like he was crying because he was in so much pain. I was like, oh, that's a neat little touch you never see. I thought this was a good match too. I liked the choke slam suplex. I thought that looked devastating. I loved the finish where he just keeps elbowing him and elbowing him and elbowing. Well, Matt Riddle keeps elbowing Cassius Ohno until Cassius taps. I've never seen a tap out like that before. I thought that was really bloody cool.
Wait, I don't know if you said the War Raiders won.
Yeah, War Raiders won.
Yeah, War Raiders are your new champions.
Yeah. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, this is
the day after. True.
So, yeah, it's the day after.
Yeah, Matt
what are you doing? Stop being lazy.
Yeah, go watch it, dang it.
You probably already got spoiled on it if you have the NXT app or follow anyone from NXT on Twitter. Because I know I did, because I didn't watch it live. I watched it this morning.
I stayed away from Twitter in order to see it.
Stronger man than I.
What? So you didn't see it Saturday?
No.
Whoa. I saw it before you?
Whoa. Did you actually finish it though? Because I know when I started, it like took off from the last spot and it was during the last match.
I finished it because I fell asleep on the last match because I couldn't hold out.
Yeah.
And then I went back and I paused it onto the last match, and that's why it probably went there. Yeah, my bad.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I was more taken aback by the idea that I thought you just stopped halfway through the last match of the night.
No, I fell asleep. I couldn't hold it out. I had to tap for a second.
Yeah. Though, anyways, back to the Matt Riddle.
Yes.
Cass Ohno. Matt Riddle ended up winning in great fashion there with the tap out.
I really like the ingenuity of the way they tapped out, because usually you tap out for a submission, but that was no submission. That was just a bloody beat down. Cash is like, nope, can't take it anymore. Nope, stop hitting me. It was really cool, and the intensity behind it. It felt like if a John Cena match was actually good, because it was a good match and something you'd see John Cena do, but even better.
And we're saying the concept of the John Cena getting beat down a lot match.
Yeah.
Not a lot of the many good matches that he's had where it's different from his normal pattern.
Agreed.
Like against CM Punk or guys like that.
Or Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Early Kevin Owens, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was good. It was worth it. Boom.
Yeah, I thought it was worth it as well.
Can't wait to see something. Matt Riddle's next match.
What I was going to say is that they could take a note from that. Well, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose and the people booking that can take a note from it, because they had the moment in the match where Cassius Ohno was trying to do like the bro fist to kind of like, it was very reminiscent of when Ambrose was trying to do it, but it made more sense there because Ambrose is supposed to be the maniacal, dangerous heel, and Cassius Ohno is definitely more of the cowardly chicken shit heel. So it makes sense for him to try to do anything to try to avoid getting beat up. So that's more of a consistent character with that is, and it's also called back for when he like beat him up earlier on in the feud, but they talked about in the video package for it. So yeah, I also thought it was worth it. Like I said, its only weakness is really that it was such a one-sided feud, but overall it was still a really good match.
All right, the next match was the North American Championship match, and we have our champion Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano, the challenger. And like I said earlier, I thought the tag team match was going to be my absolute favorite, but this one, it had all the technical ability that I love to see in the ring. It had all the high flying stuff I love to see in the ring. And these two guys, they are so good together. They had such great chemistry. This one was my favorite match. It was so much fun. Ricochet is a beast. And a lot of the callbacks to Johnny versus Ciampa was in this match. A lot of stuff from Ricochet and Johnny's past as well. One of the coolest things was when towards the end he pulls the padding away from the floor, and he's about to do something and he decides not to, and it's just like, a conflict of character there before the ultimate end. And I was just like, these are cool little story beats. These are cool little. This is such a good match. I was smiling. I was smiling ear to ear during this match. I loved it.
I thought it was a really good match. Like I said, they have good chemistry together and great maneuvers, and there was really good storytelling parts. The only weaknesses I saw from there was I didn't like how it started off with grappling. With the idea of Ricochet being attacked by Gargano multiple times, you would think that it'd kind of go like the Aleister Black match where it's just pure beating up violence from beginning to end.
The reason why I was okay with the start, and there's a different point of view on it, was Johnny's been a bit heelish and stuff, but Ricochet wants to bring out the old Johnny, and he's trying to say, hey, which Johnny am I going to get? And he's trying to bring out Johnny, the Johnny we all grown to love, versus the new one that we are loving to hate. And that's why I feel like he wanted to start off with the graps versus just going beat for beat, nonstop violence from start to finish. That's why I was okay with seeing it go down the way it did.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can see that. Also, I would say the one part with the concrete spot, I would definitely say, I don't know why Gargano wouldn't have just stepped over a little more so that he would fall on the mat and Ricochet would fall on the concrete. Because when you just have them both fall on the concrete, it's kind of like, it seems a little even at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about the finish. Yeah, so the thing, the mat is pulled out, concrete floor is exposed. Johnny just can't get the win here. He wants to so bad. He pulls out Ricochet and he just goes for what they said a brain buster, but it just looked like a suplex. It didn't really look like a brain buster.
It's like a Japanese brain. That in most of Japan they just call the vertical suplex a brain bust.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
and they call an actual brain buster a sheer drop brain buster.
Interesting. So yeah, he gets his back just battered onto the concrete. He's motionless, and the sell was so good. He rolls Ricochet in, and he goes, "I win, I win." Johnny does. He goes, does his what is the DDT called? What does he call it? It's like a.
I don't.
Yeah, he goes over the top rope.
Slingshot.
Slingshot DDT, and he hits it, and Ricochet he gets planted, and he just stays. Like, no movement, just stays. And Johnny's the one who has to push him down in order to get the 1, 2, 3. Your new North American champion for NXT is Johnny Gargano. Holy crud! Like I said, I was smiling ear to ear. I absolutely loved this match, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a very great match and definitely worth it.
100% worth it.
Yeah.
Next
so
match.
He had to wait a whole 2 matches before he was off the tag team as the best match of the night. Such a wait. The next match?
There's only 5 matches on the card. Come on, give me some slack here. It's not like it's Royal Rumble where there's a match here and I have to wait 5 hours before something better comes along. Next match is... We're going to try to stay positive. It's the Royal Rumble. We stay positive for the Royal Rumble. It is the women's NXT Championship match against your champion, Shayna Baszler, versus the up-and-coming challenger, Bianca Belair. There are so many different ways the commentary team said Bianca's name. Belair, it was really...
That's definitely supposed to be Belair.
Yeah, it was very weird. And that hair whip, did you see that mark Shayna got? I don't think she was too happy about that one. But yeah, this match was the women's match that had good storytelling. You go first, because I still have to process it all.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this match. I will also say, starting off the back, Bianca Belair did lose, but out of every single one she's faced, this is probably the strongest competition that Shayna Baszler has been up. Not just even just competing with her, but the one who kind of comes out looking the strongest, just like in general, because of how much she really fights back, and you get to see so much of her athletic ability, her speed, her strength. Because I mean, she is the ST. She's the fastest, strongest, quickest. You know, that's what she is, and she even get to see her character work and her charisma in there. So I was really impressed with this matchup. And I think it's
for days.
Yes, I think it's a really great early spot to really put her. It's a great card in her hat, I guess you can say, or feather in her hat cap. But it's just you can say
before this match, we forgot to mention there had two very quick things with the Velveteen Dream.
Yes.
And I thought they were both worth it. Even if they were like only 20 seconds long each, I love when he comes out and the entire arena erupts. But even more so,
Comes out the car.
Yeah, the little limo car thing. But I loved when he's sitting in the front row and he has those two ladies by his side, and you just hear everyone screaming Velveteen Dream, and all he does is goes to one. He goes, "Oh, do you hear that? Okay." And he goes to the other, "Do you hear that?" And then he just sits up straighter and he's like, "Yeah, I have them in the palm of my hand." I was like, "Ooh, he's so good." That reminded me when you said charisma.
Another great thing that was in the crowd is clearly two new people that are going to be signees. That's Pete Dunne and Tony Storm. I mean, they cut to him, so I mean that's clearly must be.
Pete Dunne did not look too happy to be on camera at this moment.
But gladly enough, Tony Storm looked extra happy for him.
I know. She was like super happy, and he was just like, "No, just stop filming me, please. I wasn't here to be filmed. I'm just watching wrestling." But yeah, back to the women's match. Back to what we're talking about.
Yeah, super charismatic, and like I said, it's a good feather in her cap. As a good standout performance to really put her out there as what I believe she's going to be the future of the WWE Women's Division, as long as she's used correctly for it. And it's great. You had the moment in there that the one weakness I kind of put in there is that they had this great moment where she's in the Kakita clutch, and she powers out of it and lifts Shayna Baszler while she's on her back up and just kind of forces her and pulls her into a vertical suplex, which is a great thing. But I think it happened too late in the match because, like, just a little bit afterwards, he had some interference and then the Kakita clutch got put back in. Like, I felt if they separated that a little more, it'd be better. But overall, Bianca looked great. She had some great selling of the arm in there. They had some really great back and forth.
She did a really good job selling that arm.
Yeah. Really good mat work, and a whole lot of stuff was great in there. Also, I can kind of take away from, you had the ref bump and some interference, but it didn't actually play a huge deal into it, not as much. I did like the fact that when you first had it, you thought, oh no, it's going to be over, but no, she pulls it out. So that was great to see. And like I said, she's the strongest looking in this loss that I've ever seen from someone fighting Shayna Baszler.
The only one close enough was probably Kairi Sane.
Yeah. But that's the closest. But Bianca looked really great here, especially since she didn't have any type of backup or anything to help fight off the other women. Who's apparently one seems to must have had a face injury because she had tape on. Did you see that? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was confused about the little mask she was wearing.
Yeah.
So this one wasn't. I enjoyed the match for what it was. It just felt a little bit too slow for me. And however, that's just my own personal opinion because all the other matches were rapid fire. And because of the slow, it got me really tired, which was why I fell asleep halfway through the main event. But I'm not going to let that be a knock on just how good these women are. Because, yes, it was completely worth it. Go check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it was a really great match. I really loved it. I really liked how much the crowd got into it. It seemed at the point where she was, breaking by standing up and carrying her out that the crowd was just going crazy for her.
Chanting EST.
Yeah. Yeah. Too bad they now can't chant undefeated now.
Nope.
Because she has
been defeated
she's
lost
NXT.
A few times.
The Bianca Belair does not recall that. She has no.
Not even at Royal Rumble. I mean, at WrestleMania.
No. No.
Next.
That one. Oh, and I guess you probably finally got to see that because I think when WrestleMania happened.
Yes, I finally did get to see it.
We were there, DJ and myself, he watched it there. And I asked him if he saw her 450 splash, but they had a commercial there. Damn it.
Yep.
But at least he finally got to see it in the build up for this.
I saw it in the build up, and I saw it when she missed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like her hair is gonna that's not all that safe. And that mark that she gave Shayna Baszler, that was a whip. That was a whip.
Also, I mean, thinking of charisma, how many other superstars, okay, besides Velveteen Dream, because it's the obvious one, how many other superstars will go out with an outfit that the pattern is just smaller pictures of themselves?
He did that?
Well, she did that, Bianca Belair.
That's what that was?
That was her outfit, yeah. All the patterns were just her picture.
Dolph Ziggler, I can see him doing that.
Could be, yeah. The only thing that I saw that would make it better is if the pictures were her wearing that outfit that has the pictures on it. But yeah.
Yeah, her, Velveteen Dream, Dolph Ziggler, those are the ones I see doing something like that. Oh, I think another reason why I was such a huge fan of this match, of the last match, Ricochet and Johnny, was because of their ring gear. Ricochet had red and black, and Johnny had the most geekiest gear on ever with the flames and the red. I was like, dude, I'm already loving it and hasn't even started.
Yeah, it definitely seemed very Miles Morales themed outfit for Ricochet. That red and black.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since,
I thought he was like, oh wow, he seems like he's in Spider-Man gear. Cool. I thought that too.
Yes.
Yeah, last match though is the NXT World Championship with your challenger Aleister Black versus the champion Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa. Yeah, that's DJ. He didn't watch it. He should have though. We told him to. But yeah, I say Ciampa because Ciampa says Ciampa. I say what the wrestlers say.
Okay. I say Ciampa because I hate him so much, so I just do that to annoy him. I know it gets to him too. Very personally.
Tommaso Ciampa. Oh dang! I have to say this match, it was good.
I felt more of what you were saying about the last one in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it had a little too slow.
I think the last two were. I do believe this one was slow as well because the last one was slow and this one was slow. It just. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna have to say here for this match. This was heavy on the story. There wasn't. I mean, there's a lot of athleticism. There's a lot of good back and forth, but this was primarily for the story, which is why we had all of those slow beats, which is why we had the water bottle spot, which is why.
No, that most stuff was fine. I just thought it was a slower piece.
But yeah,
and also kind of complained a little bit about the. It was mostly fine selling of the leg, but I don't like the part where he jumps up to do a moonsault on the bad leg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like everything else seemed really great with his selling of the leg. Not even be able to support himself to do a kick and stuff. It was good selling, but that kind of irked me a bit. I was like,
I feel like because it was
that Seth Rollins picked that spot.
I think it was okay because he didn't use the leg to jump over the turnbuckle. He skipped it, and then you could tell that he stood on the turnbuckle, the middle turnbuckle, longer than he would normally do.
Yeah.
So that way, to give him the strength to do the moonsault. Should he have done the moonsault to sell the leg? Probably not. But at least he did what he had to make it seem as if this is taking a lot out of him.
Yeah. But yeah, I can see that as points that he was he's still trying to sell, not just pretending it wasn't there. But
yeah,
it was still a questionable decision to go with that one. Overall, it was good selling. Like I said, I think they had some slow points in there, and that's kind of why I would pick it as the lower end. For I don't know, for whatever reason, I guess I was just more into Bianca Belair and supporting her, which is why I didn't feel that it dragged at any point. But for that reason, I would kind of put this as my least favorite match of the night. But even then, it's still a very, very good match.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I love the ending sequences of trying to just continue on, getting Black Mask kicked in the face, and Tommaso just moving over, and before Aleister Black could get there to the pin, and when he does put his arm over him, Ciampa is laying on his side versus his back. That was a nice little touch.
Really great end sequences. I
love the finish too.
I thought they had the best ever setup for the Drake DDT.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Like every other time, the Drake DDT always kind of comes out. They had a really great setup for the draping DDT for Gargano Ciampa, the first one.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's always guy rolls out to the apron for whatever reason, and then tries to stand up and gets pulled out, and gets draped. It's rarely ever a great sell, especially since it's done a lot by, like, say, Randy Orton.
Yeah.
It's done so much, it's just kind of a weird spot in the match. But for that, it was such a great setup, and it was a really great final segments there. It was
he goes for a pinning predicament, and he gets rolled up, and you think it's going to be like a roll up pin, but he gets rolled up into the middle turnbuckle, picked up, draping DDT into the fairy tale ending. I was like, that was a nice little sequence there. And when I saw it in slow mo, it looked so seamless, so good. I was like, yes. Too bad it wasn't all of this throughout the entire match. But they hit those story beats. They sold what they had to, and Tommaso Ciampa retains his championship. Yes, it was worth it.
Yeah, definitely worth it. And overall, it was just a very worth it event.
Yeah, I also liked at the end, Johnny Gargano comes out and they stand side by side holding their championships together. And it was like, oh man, that got the crowd booing. That was nice. That got some heat on Johnny. Because Johnny and Ricochet, it was divided. Even Tommaso and
Aleister Black, yeah.
That one was divided too. And the most divided though was Undisputed versus War Raiders. The crowd was so loud for that match. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, if I was there, people like chanting "War Error, War Error." War Error. It was a great overall show. Gotta ask before
100%.
we wrap this up. You ever played the Kingdom Hearts game?
I have only played one game with you standing right by me when you had Kingdom Hearts 1. And remember when they had that opening segment? And every single time after that opening segment, that's when my mom came to get me? Yeah. That's all I've ever played of it.
I'd say it was a really missed opportunity there that they didn't have Kairi Sane to help promote it, because of course one of the main characters in the game is Kairi.
Kairi Sane as the Kairi cosplayer.
Yes. I want to notice that when Kairi Sane herself retweeted a tweet that someone put up that had a picture of both of them next to each other. I was like, that's a missed opportunity right there.
It is, now that you mention it.
Yes. I don't know if they're going to make it up tonight, because I'm sure it's going to be more Final Fantasy.
More Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they kind of share the same.
Yeah, it's the same universe. Yeah, it's a lot of same characters, but now with also Disney.
So yeah, that's our episode. That's a review of NXT TakeOver Phoenix. It was a fantastic show that you should go and watch. I'm serious. Just go over to the network. If you don't have it, buy it and go watch it. You're welcome, WWE. Any last thoughts before I wrap?
No.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give us those sexy, sexy likes.
And the unsexy ones.
And then go to share with all of your friends.
And enemies.
And after you do that, go hit that subscribe button so that way you are a part of the Smarky family. And then hit the notification bell because...
you want to get notified for when we go live. We go live for most WWE pay-per-views and pay-per-views outside WWE as well. Also go live for our podcast, Shooting with the Smarky family, normally every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Next week, though, we're going to have a special event called the Smarkies. So you can catch that. It's going to be a little award show, the first annual Smarkies. And you also get notified for when we just post any type of videos or any comments on YouTube, polls, anything like that. So just ring the notification bell so you can find out all about that stuff.
And go into the little comment section below and let us know what you thought about this takeover. Was it as good as NXT TakeOver New Orleans? I don't know, but we want to know what you think about it. So yeah, comment and just keep the conversation going. Follow me on Twitter at IsaJ_STP.
Follow me on Twitter at Liam_SWA.
Watch more NXT so that way we can all be a part of reviewing it and having a good time with wrestling because we know what's in store for us on the main roster soon. But hopefully the Royal Rumble's great. Keep up the optimism, Issa. Let's go, let's go. And until next time, it will be awesome. Alright, bye you guys.
Bye.
Where the crud? Okay, it's right here. Why did you bring it all the way down? But that makes it harder for us to stop the bloody stream. It isn't, because now all this crud is on here. I cannot stop the stream. Okay.